And we're back. You're tuned into the download on ablradio.com. It's your girl, Tasani Boogie. You know what I just figured out?
What's up?
If you do the and we're back, then we don't have to figure out how to get you to say who you are. See, you could do that.
I'll think about it.
Oh, well, Lurch is going to think about bringing the show back in.
Hold on, am I doing what?
Lurch. Because what had happened was I was hosting the show by myself, and Lurch would come and hang out with me fairly often. We have a lot of conversations about a lot of good things because that's my homie. We have a lot of really good conversations about a lot of things anyway. So
you add him to the show. So
we added him to the show, but we're still trying to figure out, like, when we come back in from our music breaks, how we announce his presence.
She's just comfortable speaking.
Is this the first episode with you officially, or
third?
The third. We did the other ones.
You gotta rehearse, man.
Back. Yeah, you know.
I'm good.
You gotta rehearse.
Agreed.
I used to be a jock, so you gotta rehearse.
I got it. I'm just
y'all is team.
No, but I mean, it's. I think we probably take it for granted that we're actually friends in real life.
Yeah, know it's different when the air is in your ear. You gotta rehearse and.
Are you nervous?
No.
Oh.
But no, I agree. We probably do need to go back and forth with little shit.
Well, just make drops.
Not make drops, but
you.
Little shit.
You can make a drop intro and
so we should start actually talking on the phone instead of texting each other all the time. That might work.
No, you can touch it.
No. Wow. Well, damn. Okay, then. Cory Sparks.
We talk on the phone.
No, we talk on the phone literally to be like, yo, I'm on my way.
Right.
Yo, I'm here.
Word.
Anyway.
So I'll talk to you in person then.
Do you feel, is that too much? I'm putting too much of your
lot
business out here.
A lot of work, a lot of effort.
Y'all spend a lot of time together, I can tell.
Not really. No. It's a lot of virtual time. It's a lot of text messages.
He don't like you.
But when we be around each other, that is not true. He loves me.
It's okay, Ty.
And I love him back. You're the only one of my friends that can't decide from day to day whether or not you want to be my friend.
Oh, Ty, look.
But if I leave, you be looking for me. I got mind control over you, Cory Sparks. I already know.
If you leave where?
Wherever. If I go back to Haiti, you be the first one tweeting. You be the first one in the DMs.
Have a good time.
Whatever.
Get me a shot glass.
Whatever. No, I'm talking about go home for real. Like, I'm not bringing back no shot glasses.
Bring me a shot glass.
I come back with an accent. Like Clef.
Oh, my God. That's your guy.
That is not.
That's your guy. That's your man.
Shouts
That's
to Clef.
your man.
Shouts to Clef.
Yeah, okay.
Wherever he may be. Yo, so yeah, it took me I think to the second hook on Knickers to realize that we were talking about pants.
I mean, hey man,
clever fucking guy that Jadetta.
Smart dude.
Maybe one of these days I get to interview him.
Stanford educated. You know what? I'm working on the media day with him in Atlanta just to run him out and do everything. Because he lives here. He lives here, so.
Make that happen.
I mean, so I'm working on that. It's just he's finishing his album, so he's real busy. We gotta go because you could. He put out a single last February, and he went on tour for the whole year, so he never got a chance to do the album.
Right.
So now it's buckled down.
That's a good problem to have.
Yeah, so he got to go. He wouldn't made his money. I ain't mad at him.
I'm not either. And
he went on a tour. He went on several tours, and so
worked out well.
For
I'm excited. Long Live the Chief got me really excited.
That record actually came out last summer.
Did it?
It kind of just floated. They floated it out on Vivo. And
I felt like that was fairly familiar.
They did a Vivo recording at Vivo Studios, and
right.
And
I just saw that.
And people would call me. I had a program here in Atlanta was like, "Yo, I need that record." I'm like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" And it was like, because I'm tunnel vision. When I'm working one record, I can't I don't give a fuck about nothing else.
That only has one record. It's called Classic
record.
Man.
Yeah, Classic
That's
Man.
all I got for you.
We're trying to go number one, man. We're number one promotion team in the business, so we got to do what we got to do.
Y'all stay busy.
We're the number one promotion team in the business.
Which is interesting because the roster isn't necessarily deep.
We're very deep.
I just asked you who was on the roster, and you gave me six names.
Okay. You want to know who's on? That's
active over the course of 2015.
Well, we got a lot of acts that we want to be active.
Future. Gotti, Future,
Meghan Trainor,
okay,
Janelle Monáe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yoga is still my favorite.
I love that record.
Love that video.
But we're just not just an urban company. We're we also have Meghan Trainor. We have Fifth Harmony. We have a Great Big World. We have a great roster, huh?
Great Big World.
Yeah, they sell like 2-3 million.
That's not what I asked you. I asked you to
time.
tell me who they are.
I'm like, yo, they're two white guys put out incredible like alternative music that sell like shit.
But you don't send me those records. You don't send me anything. Actually.
I mean, it's, Ty, you need to tighten up on your relationship skills.
Right, clearly, because I don't talk to you ever.
Who fault is that?
That was being sarcastic because I actually do talk to you.
Not really.
Quite regularly.
No, we don't.
Really?
Y'all text?
No, last time I talked you, we spoke to some at some high school where you invited me to.
You're right.
But that's it.
But like in terms of a conversation, but like
I like, yo, come to the party tonight,
and then I come, right. Or I mean, like I can't
sketchy.
make it.
You're a little nervous.
I'm a homebody, b. Like, y'all don't understand.
Yo, I been on Peter Street all the time, but
when?
When?
That was 2014.
It don't matter. Let's get back to the music.
That's not what we're talking about. So what's the name of this group? Great Big World?
A Great Big World. Megan Trainor.
I know who Megan Trainor and Fifth Harmony are.
Like, yo, we have a lot of cash cows.
Right.
In our, we also got Outkast, which we trying to get. We got Andre. We got Big Grams. We got a lot of shit that,
Oh, so Big Grams is
Big Grams is on Epic. Okay. We want Andre to do an album. We
all want Andre to do
So apparently, because Andre is actually now on TV. And his new show, American Crime.
That show. Right? I've been meaning to watch that show.
It just started yesterday.
It
started Wednesday.
I watched
season 2, yeah.
I watched half of the last season last year, and I kind of like fell off.
So here's the thing. I didn't realize until they started promoting this new season that what they're doing is anthology. So each season is a story, and they keep some of the same actors, but they're not necessarily playing the same characters. Right.
Okay, got it.
So they have a lot of like Regina King is back.
Yeah.
Homegirl.
I fell off. So I don't know.
Felicity Huffman is back.
Got it.
The guy who played her husband last season, he's back. But they're all playing different characters. So last season was a story.
What's the FX joint?
Yeah. Okay. So last season was a story about a hate crime, a potential hate crime, or no, it was about
it's a couple crimes.
A war veteran who killed himself, but then it started to come, or who was robbed and died, but then it started to come out that he was doing drugs and he was selling drugs. This season, it's about a high school basketball player who is a scholarship student, but he's a white kid, and he goes to a party. The basketball team has a party, and he gets drunk, and a lot of really unsavory pictures of him start floating around the school, and then they're starting to try to figure out what happened to him while he was drunk.
Did he die?
No.
Okay.
But his mother thinks that he was sexually assaulted, so that's where they're going with it. No. Listen, he didn't. If he was sexually assaulted, he wouldn't have to be gay. But that's a whole nother conversation.
I don't talk about this anymore.
So, in any case, Andre 3000 plays the father of one of the basketball players. And in yesterday's episode, Wednesday's episode, he had all of 3 lines. But he's married to Regina King on the show. So I've yet to see what Andre is really going to do on the show. I'm excited for it, but I feel like Andre as an actor is one of those people that always plays himself. Like, how DMX always played himself in whatever he played?
I mean, who else could DMX actually play? He couldn't play it.
I don't know. I don't feel like Andre always plays himself.
I watched, what's that movie? Actually, last night, Four Brothers.
You know what? I haven't seen that one. That might be the one.
Are you serious?
I'm sorry.
That's a pretty good movie.
I do have cable.
How long have you had it?
You know what? Some movies I don't watch. Listen, I'm gonna tell you right now that like if it's a sports film,
you watch sports?
I probably haven't watched it.
Oh no.
And like, I don't know why I never was really drawn to Four Brothers. I know what it's about. I know who's in it. I just never watched it.
Given the string of actors and I don't know.
I just never. It
was decent.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm not. The fact that I haven't seen it is not a judgment on the movie.
True.
Okay.
I know it's on fairly often. FX seems to love that movie. FX and Spike seem to really love that movie.
Yeah, I think it was on Spike last night. It wasn't on TV.
See, I know, and I just don't watch it.
You're on your way.
So in any case, Billboard spoke to Andre 3000 about his new show, and he said, "I'd like to put out some kind of music project, but we'll see."
Man, yo.
But he said, "But we'll see."
Let me tell you, man.
Like when you ask your dad 1,000,000 times if y'all could go somewhere, he's like, we'll see.
It's really disappointing. Like, as a fan, like I have a playlist on one of my Spotify playlists is like all 3000, and I have like a couple mixtapes on my iTunes, just all Andre. And like, yo, he's too good. Like, but I think that's what scares him. Like he don't want to fail. I mean, who does? And you know, he kind of thinks he's over. He's on law. I think he thinks he's too old to do it.
Right.
So I mean,
but interestingly enough, he's one of the few of his generation that could jump on a new song with a new artist.
It's
and
easy
not
to
sound
That's
dated.
a feature, and that's hopping on. Say I can ride the beat, or I can
like, but
do this. But making a whole song, actually a whole album. You know what I mean? At that level.
You know why though? I think the reason why he's nervous is because he did it, and y'all were like, "Oh, wait, you're not rapping," and he was like, "Oh, well, never mind," because rap fans, hip hop fans are very unforgiving of artists' needs to be artists. Because as an artist, like, and I mean, I'm not like that level of talent or that kind of artist, but I know that like once I started writing and writing was my job, then it stopped feeling like my art, and I started feeling like I needed to do something different. But you know, rap fans don't like for people to do different things.
This is true.
They get mad.
Understandable. I mean,
They
yeah.
get mad.
Definitely
You could take the same
definitely
thing,
happened with Kanye and the 808s and Heartbreaks thing.
which is not a bad album.
I mean,
which one?
Neither was the
808 and Heartbreaks.
That's a good album.
It's a really good album.
Let me ask y'all a question. Did y'all like that Dr. Dre Compton album?
You know,
not really. I thought it was okay. I thought it was an okay album.
How many times did you listen to it?
I went through it about 8 times to be playing.
Oh,
it.
you
I
should-
have
okay.
I
It was
have
on.
6
It was
songs.
on in the barbershop, so it was like I'm listening
okay,
to it.
got it.
I have
kept
6
trying.
songs from that project that I still listen to consistently. Like
Really?
I mean,
yeah.
what's the name? The Anderson .Paak joint with the premier Anderson .Paak joint is the
All in
hardest
a
song on the
Day's
album.
Work, Satisfaction is one of my joints.
I only listened to it the day it came out, and I was like, because I didn't have the West Coast artist that it needed on that project, so I was kind of like,
You know what's
I kept
interesting to
feeling-
me
and
though?
that's why Dre, let's keep it funky. That was Detox. Like that was his that was his. He ain't want to name it Detox.
No, I didn't.
He's done.
I felt like fucking Game's album was Detox that Dre wanted to make. Like
That
was
Game album was
Documentary
incredible.
too.
That's what it sounded. It sounded like, well, this is what Detox or
The last,
Compton,
you mean his,
yeah, that last.
Let me
it
tell you
was like
something.
this is what Compton should have sounded like. That's
But
what I felt like. I was
Compton, I think to me highlights one of the worst things that happened in 2015
What's
is
that?
that albums came out and like all of hip hop collectively nutted at the same time over this album, and it was the greatest thing on earth for like 27 hours, and then it was a wrap.
12.
And then it was rap.
I don't think it was that good. This just me.
it was just it was the mix.
And
Was
you got,
great.
and this is the same kid who like bought the Chronic. You know, when I was like, I'm trying to show my age. When I was young,
Bruh, come on now.
I bought the Chronic.
I've already set the bar
What?
with the AIDS thing, and I'm not the oldest person in the room, so
I mean, you know.
go. Rock
For
out,
what?
tell these kids. I mean, you could.
I mean, you know, like I was
I
was a fan, and I just I was a fan of the like all of the whole Death Row shit, and I just was like, I was a little bit disappointed, but you know, when you rich like that, you get out of touch, man.
I think that
You know,
I
That was
think,
also the point too.
yeah, I think that was part of it. Is that some of the stuff that he was spitting, you're like, really?
I felt like he made an album about a movie that was about him.
So he was trying to make American Gangster.
Sorta, but
The
I mean,
album, American Gangster, the album.
But that
He
wasn't
fucked it
even.
up.
That wasn't even like I didn't feel that was a concept album on that level. But he made it about like the fictional shit that was in the movie. He went and embellished on the fictional shit. So sit there, listen, like come on, Dre. Like this is. It doesn't feel authentic now. It doesn't feel. Like,
But people did the same. The reason why I said that is people did the same thing with Kendrick's album. Like everybody was like, "Oh my God, this Kendrick album is the truth." It's the
I'm still on the Kendrick
and then they
album.
stopped talking about
So
it. They did the
so
same
how
thing
do you
about the
feel about
D'Angelo
it?
album.
How did you feel about the
Kendrick's
album?
album?
Yeah.
I love Kendrick's album.
how do you feel about it right now?
Now I still listen again. Like I'm still listening to it.
Did you like the D'Angelo album?
The which one? The D'Angelo album? I don't know if I heard the whole D'Angelo album.
I love it.
No, I'm sure that it's amazing
It was in
because it's
rotation for
D'Angelo.
me. I threw it immediately.
No,
into
you know what? I
rotation.
did listen to it.
I
I
haven't
listened
listened to
to
it in a
it,
while.
and there was so much last year that like you couldn't really sit with anything.
No, because the D'Angelo album came out actually in 14.
See,
It came out
At the very end of the
right
year.
after Thanksgiving. Like it's like.
but you know that I was going to ask you about the Jadena album because you said that like he dropped, or the Jadena record, because you said he dropped 3 over the holidays, and I was going to ask if you think that that's a good thing to do, because it kind of feels like there's so much going on during the holidays that we miss stuff. But the video that came out December 10th has 1.2 million views on Vivo for Long Live the Chief.
He dropped that. He dropped Long Live the Chief video, and then he dropped the 3 singles around, I want to say like the 20th, but that was the whole Wonderland thing. That had nothing to do with us. They did that on their own.
So, from your professional opinion, is that a good thing to do? Like, end of the year like that?
I think that we needed more music from Jadena. So, I think they had to. We needed something, because he could have faded away.
Definitely, we were asking about that earlier. Like, he could have faded away.
Right.
And like I've had that conversation with him. Like, yo, we need more music. Like, yo, fuck it. I come from, before I worked for major labels, I wasn't independent. So, like, I'm all fuck the establishment on the low, even though I'm part of the establishment.
Fuck like, the establishment, every day is that payday.
No, I mean, but my whole thing is like, yo, you have to be in charge of your career. Like, not only do I work for Apple, I have businesses. Like, I work. You know what I'm saying? So you have to, I'm in charge of my career. Like, I've been out of work before for almost 3 years and didn't miss a bill. You have to be in charge of your own career. No, you have to be in charge of your own career. And I think that people get comfortable, especially when you sign the labels and shit like that. And you get comfortable, you make a couple bucks, you got to keep going. And I had the conversation with him like, yo, you got to put some music out. Like, you can't just sit here and just wait on us. Like, put some music out. Fuck it. Get in trouble. Like, you put the music out. If it catch, oh, okay, we got something to work. If it don't, LA gonna call you. He gonna call you to the principal's office. But I think that, it's so much shit out here.
Too much shit out here.
There's so much shit out here. I mean, he's got a gold single, Grammy nominated. Yo, dog, put out some music.
Right.
Put out some, just say fuck it. Like, your job as an artist is to make music and to put out music. That's your job.
So let me go through a list real quick of projects that dropped that y'all may or may not have known dropped.
Okay.
Well, not necessarily y'all as in y'all in this room, but y'all as in y'all listening. The ones that I give a fuck about.
Okay.
That doesn't include the Wiz Khalifa one. Sorry. Wiz Khalifa doesn't care that I don't care about his music, and everybody's happy.
He's done.
This is how I feel as well, but so
I'm just cushing OJ Wiz. I don't know who this guy is.
I think he's trying to find his place.
He tours. They still love him.
I think that what happens to a lot of these artists is that they see like a lot of these artists have such a very unsure definition of who they are as artists that they see other people do shit and they try to do what other people are doing.
Well, I feel like Wiz's situation is a little bit different.
He built his shit over years.
Right.
When you have a grassroots fan base that you build from small venue to medium venues to, when you start from 500 to 1,500 to 2,500
right.
to 3,000, 35 to 45 to 5,000
and we're 7, talking about
like capacity like venues.
I thought we were talking about what we were getting for per show.
No venues. Like when you work your way to that instead of getting a hot record and somebody gonna pay you $15,000 like him, and you can use J. Cole as in that same equation. Like their fans are rabid. They're not going anywhere because it came honest. They got it honest. They built them so people, if they put out just a below average project, people gonna support them anyway because they've been there forever. They're gonna find something on the album they can relate to because they have a catalog.
And nowadays, I think that the fans, it's the same thing that we were talking about before with social media, is that the fans feel so vested in the artists.
Absolutely.
So vested. It's like they take shit so personal.
Like with Wiz, it's like, okay, you also have a team of artists that are very talented around you. So you're bouncing ideas. It may or may not work. You know what I mean? You got young artists that you're dealing with. You got veterans and like Tuki and, you know what I mean? You got a bunch of people that are actually doing their thing.
Yeah,
who are able to give you some advice and say, yo, don't worry about this, or from Juicy J, that are just around you.
Yeah,
be like, you got mentors.
Absolutely.
Yeah, other people may not have mentors. They may just be out here just throwing records out. But
he comes from he's a different kind of artist though. You got. Like,
so why do you say you think he's done?
Like I feel like I don't think the music that brought his fans in. he's going to keep his core group, but he doesn't release anything. I think that people just, oh shit, like people don't care about Wiz like they used to. Now he has his own base,
right?
Like it's almost like, people you either like Wiz Khalifa or you don't,
right?
You know what I'm saying? It's not even a wave. He don't have a wave. Like it's even like J. Cole. You either like J. Cole or you don't.
Right.
It's a wave. Like he don't have a wave. People that like J. Cole will fight you in the street. Like for real. They will fight you in the fucking street. Same thing with Wiz. Same thing with like.
But I think nowadays, like fans are just like that anyway. Like in general.
People want to be part of things. That's what. When artists do shit for social media and Snapchat and like people nowadays want to feel a part of shit. And like what we sell, like I'm a promotion guy. We try to engage the artist with the consumer, the fan. Because people want to be a part of it,
right?
And that's why I don't think he's done. Only in that sense that T God it's everywhere. You know what I mean? It's still as an entity, even without him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that it's in the same vein of what I mean.
When I say done, I'm just saying like
as a hit maker or just
but he'll fuck around and do like he did with the Fast and Furious soundtrack and drop some shit that sell 5 million copies and it don't care on urban, but he's still
because he's outside of that urban realm. He's in pop.
Well, good for him and Charlie.
He's in a pop realm. So it's
like good for him and Charlie.
Use one petty motherfucker. You know that?
Be petty. I'll be petty. It's all right.
You petty as fuck, yo.
Petty LaBelle.
Yeah.
Queen of this petty shit.
I see Petty Crocker.
Petty Crocker in the kitchen. So yeah. Albums that dropped that I don't think people even got a chance to really appreciate that they dropped.
What you got?
Pimp C, Long Live the Pimp, which last year I think we got a lot of albums that were...
I got it on my tune. I just haven't listened to it.
You should, because it's really good.
Really?
It's really good. And this is not coming like... I'm not like some Pimp C stan.
Is it some of his old shit?
No, it's actually verses that were recorded that...
verses.
Well, I mean, obviously they can't be new verses. They're not Ouija board verses. But trust me.
Yo.
But it's not like what Diddy did with that third Biggie album where he was taking like pieces of different songs and putting them together. It's not like that.
I was really mad at Puff
and
for
so
that.
like I got a chance to interview.
Don't ever call him Diddy again. It's Puff.
Listen, his name is fucking Diddy,
He
went back to Puff.
I don't give a damn.
Puff is who we love. Diddy is like the nigga who just got that check, that swag check.
Whatever. The guy from Harlem, the bad boy guy. You didn't throw me all the way off. Anyway, I got to talk to Pimp C's widow about how the project came together and how important it was for her to keep his legacy alive. And the people that she had involved being people that had worked with him. Juicy J is one of the executive producers of the project.
Really, I know that.
Yeah, it's so like when you listen to it, the same way that Scarface gave you an album last year that didn't sound dated, but it sounded very much in pocket for him. It didn't sound like he was trying to compete with the young kids. That's what you get from this Pimp C album. It's not like they're trying to sell Pimp C to a new generation of fans. It's a Pimp C album. You should listen to it.
I got it on my phone. Like, that's really at the top of my iTunes. I just haven't listened to it. I got a lot of shit. Like, I travel a lot, so it's like that's my time to listen to music.
Listen to that one. Black Market, Rick Ross.
I loved it.
Rap Radar called it.
Pull a few songs, but other than that,
too many songs.
No, it was just to make it I think
it was a good album.
It could have been a great album if they pulled a few songs.
I like Ross though. I'm a Ross fan.
Jeremiah, I feel like that album kind of.
He dropped the album,
right?
That we talked
and I
about
hate that because Jeremiah and
no
what was it?
for
50 went on like a little rant on Instagram or something because like they gave him no, even though there's a billboard for this Jeremiah album randomly off of I-85 and Spaghetti Junction, like randomly in Gwinnett. There's just a big ass billboard for Jeremiah.
What you got a billboard in fucking Gwinnett?
I don't know why. I don't know whose idea that was.
Not your fan base.
Like it's on the wrong. It's on the wrong side of Spaghetti Junction. Like it's going towards Gwinnett.
Yeah,
I'm gonna tell you why I don't want a billboard at in fucking Gwinnett.
Well, that's why they're promoting him.
A bunch of working motherfuckers who listen to soft jazz on the way to work.
B.O.B. dropped a free album.
Didn't know.
No.
I didn't know either. It's called Water.
Nope.
J. Cole and Dreamville dropped another mixtape.
Yeah, I picked that.
50 dropped the Kanan tape.
I listened to that one too.
How was that?
It was alright. It was like I
didn't feel like anybody cared.
It was cool because it was him being a character, and he was able to go back and be old 50 in a sense of just I can write this and be comfortable writing it. Nobody has to believe that I'm doing this anymore. You know what I mean? That I'm just out here just recording. But it was decent. It was short.
Charles Hamilton dropped an EP.
Really?
Damn.
I've been seeing him a lot lately. Like he's just been in department
He came back. Really?
Yeah, he's been hanging out with.
Let me tell you a funny
He's
story.
been hanging out with Pill. Him and Pill been running around.
We don't want to.
I don't want to tell nobody that.
I just did, but that's what's been going on.
Bruh, how do you not want to hear my stories? But you gotta like flex. Like, yeah, you know, I was out of work for 3 years and I still paid all my bills. You know, I travel a lot, but I don't listen to albums. But I can't tell you that if Charles Hamilton walked in here right now, I wouldn't know who he was.
Your attitude stinks.
My attitude is amazing. Shut your face. August Alsina dropped an album. I don't think anybody really paid attention to that one either.
I kind of knew that. I feel like I kind of knew.
I feel like I knew. I feel like the single was really, really weak. In parentheses, Currency also dropped an album and had a song on there featuring August Alsina and Lil Wayne, and so Currency is in rotation on the radio.
That album was decent.
Yeah. Currency?
Yeah, I just didn't get a chance to listen to that.
Kudos to Currency hitting radio airwaves in 2015. Who else? Like I said, Wiz Khalifa.
Game dropped the album.
This Chris Brown album. No, I'm talking about like in the last like 36 weeks.
Okay,
yeah.
got it.
Timbaland dropped a mixtape.
Yep.
Yeah.
Really?
2 weeks ago on Christmas. Like, everybody decided they wanted to drop shit on Christmas. So
a mixtape of his music?
It's his beats. No, it's actually his beats. He's on maybe one song, and Cory and I were talking about it earlier. That, like, interestingly enough, he went and got a whole bunch of Atlanta artists on there. So, like,
there's a lot of music out right now. Like, this is too much.
Rich Homie Quan, 2 Chainz, Rico Richie. He
just came home.
Yeah, he did just come home.
I'm glad he came home, and I'm glad that Meek Mill is on a downwave now, so that he can make music and people don't know.
But he's still Timbaland. So if Timbaland call you.
That's what I'm saying. Timbaland tapping in.
Yeah, like yo, bring you.
If Timbaland called me right now, anyway, I'm gonna be a rapper tomorrow.
He's been in Atlanta cooking too, so it's like, yo, what do you say when Timbaland call? You don't give a fuck if he ain't had a hit in 5 times.
However, it feels weird when Timbaland drops a mixtape and it's like, okay, the first song is him and Mila J. The second song is, of course, him and Ali and Aaliyah. Of course, Tink is on 3 tracks. And we're gonna put a pin in Tink and come back to that in just one second.
She's a star.
Then it's like Migos, Sayari the Kid, couple of names I don't know, Rich Homie Quan, 2 Chainz, Wedding Crashers, and Bankroll Fresh and Rico Richie. Don't be alarmed by the sirens. We're downtown.
I'm sure y'all it's murders down here all the fucking time.
I hope not.
Yo, you watch the news?
I try not to.
Always some shit going on down here, man.
I try not to. Because, like, the news likes to do shit like a woman's purse was stolen at a Midtown Target and not tell you which one, so I know which one not to go to.
They just want you to be
so
scared.
I'm over here trying to figure out if it's Atlantic Station or if it's Buckhead, but that's another conversation. Kid Ink dropped an album.
Who?
Kid Ink.
Oh. I thought you said kidding. And I'm like
Busta Rhymes
petty too, bro.
dropped a something. Tory Lanez dropped 2 of them.
Petty too, bro.
Gucci dropped East Atlanta Santa 2.
East Atlanta Santa.
I still want to understand how much of my tax dollars are funding these Gucci Mane albums.
First of all, Gucci is one of the best A&Rs in the past 10 years, maybe.
I still want to know how much of my tax dollars is going into these albums.
A lot of artists came from Gucci.
Yes, agreed.
I mean, I think he just got a lot of music just out there.
I'm not trying to I'm not
Gucci made a lot of money. Like, he's a smart dude.
So none of my tax dollars are going to this?
Well, to make an album?
No, we're saying that he's.
I'm just trying to understand he's been in jail. Like,
fuck no.
We're saying that he set up a recording session.
Let me tell you, look, man.
He's tweeting. He's Instagramming.
Do you really think that's him tweeting?
I don't know. This is why I said I need
Do we really think it's him tweeting?
Like, let me tell you something, man.
Yeah, listen, if Donald Trump could be out here trying to find out if people were really born where they were born,
I can find out. People in jail right now with a cell phone.
I know. I know because
I don't know people in jail.
One of my best friends in prison, and yes, he does have a cell phone, but he ain't on fucking Facebook and Twitter,
right?
Making himself hot.
Yeah, that's extra.
I think I've said this on the show before, but like I really, truly, in my mind of a little kid who watched a lot of Bugs Bunny coming up and who still watches a lot of movies, I really think that there's like a carpet that Gucci picks up and then he goes down and he comes up inside of.
He's on his El Chapo. Yeah, exactly.
Just to go record. Like he don't never leave. He just goes to tree salon right quick and then he comes back.
He really. But see, Gucci was a workaholic. So I mean, he has a lot of shit.
Yeah, but the songs sound like you remember the Dave Chappelle skit with the Tupac record, the realest shit I ever wrote in '94. Like, this shit be mad current.
I mean,
you knew what happened last week, bro. Like, yo,
this shit
you rapped about last week, yo, about the Migos joint that was out here. Like, you wasn't out, bro.
He said
you was dabbing. You was dabbing last week.
Dabbing a song.
Like, I'm not hearing that you was dabbing, bro. I'm not trying to hear that you was dabbing.
Investigation.
Like, something's going on. If you told me about dabbing, my nigga,
Gucci come home in March, man. Free Gooch.
Yo.
Free Gooch.
Yo, and I would literally, if there was an opportunity for me to go and interview him after this bid, because I got to interview him the day he came out of jail on that bid with the dude that he shot back when So Icy was like the single.
Oh, man,
I would actually like to talk to him after this bid.
You talked to him after that?
The day he came out, bro.
Yo, that shit was amazing. Like, yo, let me tell you something, man. Yo, Gucci has had. Do you know what that does to your street cred when some shit like that happens?
Nigga, that shit.
Like, yo, I don't think these young boys even understand that shit. Like, yo.
I shot a nigga and got away with it.
Well, no, it was self-defense.
Yeah, no, but either way, at the end of it, that you shot somebody and it was done with.
Yo, that's when the shit was like, I don't think right now.
Oh,
the fuck was that?
I don't know what it was. I'm sorry.
You know what? Just
keep talking, man. I'm listening to you.
Man, look,
that was not the wrap it up box.
Ty's looking for interns, possibly a board op.
Wow.
So
don't do that.
If you need to apply for this position, you can add her on Instagram, Saint Boogie.
Murs and Ninth Wonder dropped an album called Brighter Days. No reaction in the room. That's fucked up.
No, I'm sitting here thinking if I have it, I know I didn't listen to it.
That just came out like last week.
No, that ain't the one.
Freeway dropped an album.
Yeah, I heard about that the other day. What's the name of it?
Fear of a Free Planet.
I think that just came out.
Yeah, 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know how I feel about Free.
I wasn't in Freeway
anymore.
I like Freeway.
He's consistent.
But above all of these things, please listen to me. Please let this be the year in which y'all stop sleeping on Pusha T, because that album.
I love Push. He's one of my favorite rappers.
Like, I listen to Pusha T's album while doing my groceries. Like, it's the shit is, and still paid attention.
What's your favorite record on the album? You a Pusha T fan?
Oh yeah.
What's your favorite record on the album?
My favorite record on the album is a toss up.
I didn't ask you that. I just want one. Right today, because you know you're gonna switch.
I like MPA. I'm sorry.
Okay, what's your?
The joint was Sieg. And I'm biased, and I'm clearly biased.
I'm a single fan too, so
I mean, it was so good here to see, but it really wasn't even that.
Actually, I take that back. It's got him covered.
It was Push Talk. Yo, it was just even before Sieg came on the track, I was really on the track. Like, yo, got a few left up in the ceiling. Yeah, like it's just
good. And I think that was good. And he's dropping another project in April too,
and very possibly having like listened to his interview because he was on Sway. Like the week before Christmas or the week between Christmas and New Year's, and having listened to that interview might have made me like really want to be in his corner again. And I mean, I've always been a fan.
You talking about Siegel or
no Push? Yeah,
I mean, I think he's just been rapping his ass off for the past 2 years. Like, he's on some really longer than that, but I think that he feels like he got something to prove. I didn't really love the last album, but I think that he could spit. I think he just got to have that right A&R.
I have to.
I'm gonna say some real petty
shit.
That
A&R, like, because it's the sound. Like, sometimes some of the records, even on the album, I'm just like, yo, the bars are hard, but it's that sound.
He's just trying to balance out the braids. He's just trying to give y'all good enough music to ignore the braids. In any case,
you got the same braids.
I do, but I'm a girl, so you know
you could be Malice.
I could not be Malice. Listen, the only anything I've ever had in my hands is it's no Malice, right? No, I'm not that kind of Haitian. Talcum powder, baby powder.
So you take a bump.
Please don't tell. No, please. Listen.
What?
Would you please tell them like how I freak out when anybody mentions anything other than weed? Like, me and you almost fell out over some shit like that. Like, no. Don't even joke like that.
You tried me.
You mad?
Don't even joke like that.
You mad?
I'm not mad, but I just need you to know that you're, like, on air saying that I took a bump of cocaine. Like, I can't get deported for that shit. Stop playing with me. There's a new video out for MPA that's off of...
I know
just dropped.
I like that video, too. It's
I didn't know it was out.
A couple of days ago.
It's in rotation.
That's a mini movie or some
No.
Just a video?
There's a mini movie that comes along with the album, but there's a video for MPA.
It got everybody. Got Dream and ASAP in them.
Which features Kanye West, ASAP Rocky, and The Dream. So we're gonna get into that right quick, and we're gonna come back.
Kanye's in the video.
I don't
remember seeing Kanye.
I don't know if Kanye's in the video, but Kanye's on the song, so I'm gonna play the
He's on the song?
I think he's the hook. He's the hook.
Nah, I thought that was ASAP Rocky.
He has it's a very short verse. Like if you blink, you might miss it. But he's on there because I heard him on there. In any case, this is the record. The MPA stands for Money, Pussy, Alcohol. You tune in to ABLradio.com. New rules, new radio.